Welcome to the third video in the series based on the book Bible Basics for Catholics by Dr. John Bergsma. Before jumping into today's topic, let us have a quick overview of Adamic covenant, which we covered in the previous session and its fall. Adam is the Son of God, created in the image and likeness. He is the king, dominion over the world. Adam is also a priest to work and guard Eden. He was also a prophet, naming the animals, and he is a bridegroom. These are the privileges of the covenant, and these are our roles in life by virtue of baptism. If you have not seen the introduction and Adamic covenant, the links are there in the description box. Let us come back to the story. What happened is Adam and Eve rejected or denied God by the conception of the fruit, nakedness, sins, curse, shame, etc. We all know the story. We are not going in detail into it, but we are trying to understand the story of salvation. There is one thing that we need to understand. The snake's question to Eve. Did God really say? The basic message is you can't trust God as your loving Father. His rules are not for your good. He just doesn't want you to experience the kind of life He enjoys. After tracking down all these problems, God administered a punishment appropriate to the three guilty parties, Adam, Eve, and the snake, which we can see in the Bible. Also, God placed a cherub on the eastern side of Eden to keep Adam away. Why the direction of east? Eden was not just a garden, but also a temple. And in ancient Israeli temples had only one entrance, facing the east. Let us not consider God as a person who distrusts his son and send him away. A priest who doesn't have faith in the words of his God can't stay serving in the temple, right? Here, Adam is the priest. God doesn't have many options in this, as none of them repented, but each of them pointed the fingers to one another. God does kindly clothe Adam and Eve in skins, which is a better clothing than fig leaves. Of course, skins have to come from somewhere. That is only from a killed animal, which points out an interesting story. God told Adam and Eve that they would die if they ate fruit, but they didn't die. Something else dies in their place, and Adam and Eve are clothed in the skin of that died animal or animals. It is often thought to be a lamb based on biblical imagery. There is a forecasting or foreshadowing going on here. When He clothed Adam and Eve in the skin of a dead lamb, God is pointing forward for what will happen for Adam and Eve's disobedience to be completely fixed. A different lamb is going to have to die to take away the sins of the world and clothe humans in righteousness. Yes, Jesus Christ. Let us start with the covenant with Noah. Sin increased in the world. Then God made a new covenant with Noah, or a new creation. But the question is, why Noah? The New Testament reveals Noah was the only one interested in being saved. Noah is remembered as a preacher of righteousness who rebuked his contemporaries for what they were doing while he was building the ark. Flood plunged the earth into a watery chaos that resembled the situation of formlessness and empty, which was same as before God started the 6 days of creation. If we compare the story of creation in Genesis chapter 1 and 8, God allowed the Spirit to move over the faces of earth to make it formless and empty. When the dry land re-emerges, Noah and his zoological garden, a floating Eden, land on the top of Mount Ararat, a new mountaintop of the Lord. We can mark the ark and animals coming out of it in our diagram. When Noah re-emerges from the ark, he performs a priestly act. He builds an altar and offers a sacrifice to God. Bible speaks of God smelling the aroma of the sacrifice and being moved with the compassion for humanity and the whole creation. He makes a covenant with Noah. Let us read some points from the Bible. God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth. The fear of dread of you shall rest on every animal of the earth, and on every bird on the air, on everything that creeps on the ground, and on all the fish of the sea. Into your hands they were delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. And just as I gave you the green plants, I give you everything. Only you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood. For your own lifeblood, I will surely require a reckoning. From every animal, I will require it from every human beings. Each one for blood of another, I will require a reckoning for human life. Whoever sheds the blood of a human, by a human, shall that person's blood be shed. For in his own image, God made humankind. And you be fruitful and multiply, abound on the earth and multiply it." Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, "As for me, I am establishing my covenant with you and your descendants after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the domestic animals, and every animal of the earth with you. As many as came out of the ark, I established my covenant with you, that never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of a flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth." God said, "This is the sign of covenant that I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you, for all future generations. I have set my bow in the clouds, and it shall be a sign of the covenant and between me and the earth." What does this covenant speaks? All this language recalls Genesis chapter 1 and God's original covenant relationship with Adam. Although the world is not perfect, humanity is back in relationship with God. So far, we progressed in salvation history through Adamic covenant and Noahic covenant. Thank you.